agenda is how Lanquill can add value to Gurukul Kangri deemed university. And of course, after that, Kasturi Moitra is going to show the platform as well. Sir, I have studied, Gurukul Kangri University in detail, and as I mentioned, so in fact, this is the second time we are discussing with the authorities of Gurukul Kangri University, and what we understand is that GKV, Gurukul Kangri deemed university has various courses like BTech, BSc, MSc, BA, etc., etc. So, and even I have gone through 2020 to 23, 20 to 23 even placements as well. So I completely understand that especially for BTech and MCA, there were 40 companies, and which is a really great achievement, especially focusing more on employability. So having said that, we are online English language lab named Lanquill. So we are a partner of AICTE, and we work with more than 550 odd educational institutes in India. So how Lanquill can add value to educational institutes? So that is the fundamental question. So Lanquill is basically a online English language lab where students can practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So Lanquill has content, it has assessment, and it has even English proficiency certifications. I would like to repeat. So Lanquill has content, assessment, even certifications, and features to practice listening, speaking, reading, writing. Now, why Lanquill is needed, or how it can add value to students of GKV. So especially for employability purpose, especially English is one of the very important skills. English proficiency, maybe writing, maybe speaking, maybe all the LSRW skills are really important for the students, to be prepared for better career or for better employment. So that is the context. So Lanquill can help your students, maybe BTech students. I would like to show that, sir. Since you are from technical department, I would like to show that we are working with more than 312 engineering colleges for the last 5 years in Karnataka and 75 colleges in Andhra Pradesh. More of engineering colleges. Otherwise, we do have, we do work with BA, BCom, MBA, MCA, etc. So here, one more important thing I would like to mention here. Lanquill is an online English language lab. Definitely, it has content, assessment, certifications, etc. However, apart from that, your students, your final year students can upload the thesis reports or research reports on Lanquill platform, and they can correct grammar, text, and style mistakes. So that facility is also there on Lanquill platform. So we give 1 year complete access, unlimited access, with 7 levels of English proficiency certifications to the students. So, and they can write, they can listen, they can practice, even they can upload thesis reports, and they can make the changes, and they can correct the reports, and even they can download as well. So let me so as I mentioned, so we work with about 550 odd is the number, in fact. And as I mentioned, major benefits of Lanquill to the students of Gurukul Kangri deemed universities. Basically, it can prepare your students for better employability, and obviously it has English proficiency certificates, and of course the students can even upload the thesis reports, and they can correct it as well. Now the question is, why Gurukul Kangri deemed university should consider Lanquill as a tool? So very important question here. why the Gurukul Kangri deemed university should consider Lanquill as an English learning tool. So definitely better ROI, because if your esteemed university wants to start or open a language lab, or you may be already having one. So what happens is, say you have 5,000 students and you have a language lab of say 100 computers. So one is investment on hardware, investment on the room infrastructure, investment on the software. Whereas in case of Lanquill, it is online and your students can access Lanquill from their, inside your college, inside your language lab. And apart from that, with the help of a laptop or a desktop, they can access Lanquill even from their home or even from their hostel. So definitely it is a better return on investment. Second is branding. Sir, I would like to submit here that I have already created Gurukul Kangri Deemed University on Lanquill so that you can really experience. And if any of your students download a certificate, then you can see the logo of Gurukul Kangri University as well. So third is NAC weightage. So there are at least 5 areas like skill development, employability, focus on language learning, extra certifications, so library e-resources. So these are all various areas where our existing clients are using Lanquill in getting more NAC weightage. So I would like to brief again, reinstate again that Lanquill is an online English language lab where students can practice listening, speaking, reading, writing. They can go through content assessments, and finally they can go for 7 levels of certifications. So with the help of Lanquill, they can be more proficient, and they can definitely go for better career and better employability. So Kasturi, can you please show the platform?
Someone registers, they would be provided with their individual login ID and password with their individual credentials, which they can use to log into this platform. And so once a user logs in, he will be given the individualized dashboard, and this dashboard is nothing but it gives a bird's eye view or an overview of to track the progress, to track the learning progress of a particular user. So like you can see here that this is my individualized dashboard wherein I get to see how well I am doing or how well I am progressing in each of this skills. So before I move on more and show you how these functions, it is important to know that Lanquill provides a user to practice to his ultimum benefit the all the essential skills of communication, that is listening, speaking, reading, writing. And because at Lanquill we believe that none of these communication skills are effective until and unless we have a fair knowledge on grammar and vocabulary. So we also focus on enhancing the grammar and vocabulary skills of a particular user, and along with the essential 4 skills, that is the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So once a user logs in, what he gets to see is the dashboard. The dashboard is nothing but it provides an overview, or it gives the user an understanding of how well he is progressing or how well he is faring in each of these modules. So like you can see that in the listening module, I am doing moderately okay, but wherein I really need to put in a lot of effort and improve myself in the reading skills, in the grammar, wherein vocabulary and writing is really proficient for me. So this basically helps the user to track his progress and to know where exactly he should work a bit more or put in a little more effort. So And below that, what he gets to see is the learning graph. So this is also kind to give a user the hint of how well he is doing. So my learning graph looks a bit haphazard because of my random usage on this platform. But and also there is a way to keep a track on what all assessments and certifications a particular user has taken, and on which date, the scores that he has achieved, and the percentile score. So this is basically nothing but the overview or the bird's eye view of how well somebody or how effectively somebody is engaging in using this platform. So now coming back, let me show you that how each of these module works. So first let us go to the listening module, and the listening module is basically to check how the comprehensibility level of a user when he listens to something. So communication is effective only when there is a two-way listening and speaking process, or maybe writing. So basically, listening is only effective when we comprehend or when we understand what is being said effectively. So that is where the listening in the listening module, a user is expected to listen to all real life situations or maybe a speech, and then based on that he has to answer the questions that would be given to them. Now to improve any communication skill, it is also important to be time bound. So for that, here listening modules and reading module, they are all time bound. Let me show you how we can play. So a user, when he wants to practice the listening module, he can play the audio. There would be an audio script which he needs to play, and based on what he listens or what he hears, he has to answer the questions that are based on this particular audio script. So let me randomly answer. These are all multiple choice questions and there is nothing subjective in them. So it's easy for the user to understand and answer as well. So once all the questions are answered, the submit button would be enabled, and then he can submit his answers and check his score. Now, like I said, that all the activities on this platform are time bound. So he has to finish this activity within the time frame that has been allotted for this particular audio script. Then he can submit the answers, and once he submits, he get to see his score. Now, because I have randomly answered the questions, possibly I did not answer a single one correctly, so my score is so poor, and I can either go back and try a new audio or maybe try the same audio all over again till I get my desired score. The next module that we would come to is the speaking module. Now, the speaking module is mainly to check how well I can speak, the pronunciation, my tonal quality, my modulation of voice, everything that are checked in these parameters are checked when we practice the speaking module. So now what we can do here is we go and we start practicing. So in the speaking module, a user is expected to read out this text that would appear in front of him, and then as he finishes reading it out, whatever has been read out will appear here. Let me show you how. We can start on the start recording button and then read it out. I am an astrophysicist and I'm interested in a wide range of theoretical problems in astrophysics, from the formation of the very first galaxies to the gravitational interactions of black holes, stars, and even planets. Then you can stop the recording, and whatever has been read out is here. So that provides an opportunity to the user to correlate and see where exactly he has gone wrong in terms of his speaking skills. And based on this, he would be getting a score. So right now, because I have not completed the entire thing, I have got a score of 63%. But in case I would have finished it properly, I would have got 100%. So basically here also the user has the option to try the same script or maybe a new script that Lanquill has to offer. Or maybe here there is one more option wherein a user can create a script of his own. So sometimes students and faculties alike, they need to prepare for an event or to address an audience. So that is when they need a script. They can prepare the script, upload it here and keep on practicing till they master it thoroughly. So that is also one more option. So other than that, when we come to next is the reading module. So the reading module is pretty much similar to what we have all done during our school days, wherein a user is expected to read out a text and then answer the questions based on this text, but again within an allotted time frame. It is not that a user can take his own time to complete it, because that's that kind of dissolves, or it doesn't serves the purpose of the user mastering the skills effectively. So that is where he can within the time frame that has been allotted, he can answer the questions and then submit it. So once he submits it, based on his score, he again has the option to either try the new passage, or maybe try a new passage from the same passage, or a new passage from Lanquill platform. So this was more about the listening, speaking, and the reading module. Coming to the writing module, the writing module is very unique in Lanquill, and it here a user has the option to either upload a document that is already there with him, or maybe write something new on the Lanquill editor and get it analyzed. And also apart from this, he has the option to speak, and as he speaks, whatever has been spoken gets typed on the editor, and based on that he can get it analyzed. So there are three options for the user to analyze documents and get an error-free document. The writing module functions on the real-time analysis, and as the user keeps on writing or uploading the errors, it starts analyzing, and the error starts getting the error gets highlighted to the user. So let me take you through each one of them and show you how they function. So first we will take up the upload option. Now in the upload option, we can take one a ready document and then upload it, and it would take a couple of minutes to analyze and show all the mistakes that are there in this document. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes to see how it works. So as you can see that whatever the errors are there in the document are all highlighted here, and the analysis is done based on the grammar, vocabulary, and style. So these are the major categories under which the errors are highlighted, and based on the number of errors or the quality that the document is in, you also get the document quality. So as you start rectifying or fixing the errors, the quality of the document also increases. So as you can see, if I start making the changes, so the document quality has increased from 77% to 81%. And also, not only that, not only it corrects it gives you the errors, but along with it, it also, because we said that Lanquill is not only a platform where you can get error-free documents, but here you also get to learn. It is a learning platform. It is an online English language lab where a user has the scope to learn and gain knowledge on this particular in this particular language, English language. So here basically not only we give you the errors, but along with it we also give the explanation with substantiated with through examples that, and for the easy understanding of the user. So as you can see that here we are this is a mistake under the grammar category, and the error has been highlighted. What the fixes, what the suggestion is also there, is also given. In case a user doesn't understand why the suggestion, to substantiate it, there are two examples given for the easy understanding. Now, coming back, not only this, here also we have the option for the users. Sometimes it so happens that students, they do not come from an English medium background always, so they find it a little difficult when it comes to understanding these concepts. So to help them in that particular domain, Lanquill also has a very unique feature which is called the native language support. Now, native language support is where, now my mother tongue is Bengali, and I am not a pro in English. I don't understand English really well. So I have the option to see the same suggestion in Bengali and understand it or learn it however way I want. So the native language support is an additional benefit that Lanquill offers to students for their easy learning and understanding process. So not on apart from this, there is also the option of dictionary, wherein a student can just pick one word from here, or maybe just write any other word that they want, and they get the entire etymology of the particular word. So as you can see, I just wrote this word and it shows me the number of syllables, the parts of speech that the word belongs to, and the entire etymology. When I say etymology, it says that the complete details of a particular word is given to a student for his easy understanding. Now, Along with it, here the student has the option to download the document. So once a document is uploaded and the rectifications are made, the errors are fixed, he has the option to download the corrected document from here, or he can download the report. Now when I say report, report means all these errors along with the suggestions and everything that the student can keep for his future reference. So this is how the report looks like. It would have all the suggestions, the categories under which the mistakes are committed, the subcategories. Now, when I say major categories, the grammar, text, and style, in that which part of grammar or which area of grammar is a concern, that is also given there. Along with it, the explanation, along with the examples, and which part of the text this error was there, that is also given to the particular student. So he can keep it for his future reference. And also here, because this is a learning tool, and like I said that a student should have a complete knowledge of where he has gone wrong. So based on the document that he analyzes, he also gets the readability score, wherein he can get insights on how many words has been used, what are the non-repeated words, how many distinctive words are used, how the number of good length words, good length sentences. So this is a dig down report, or it's a detailed report on the of the particular document, and he will have a complete knowledge on the mistakes, the quality of the document, and how it can be made error free. So the student has complete access to that. So this is how the writing module functions when he uploads the document. The rest of the things remain the same, but also the student has the option to, like I said, to write something on the editor or to speak and learn. Now, when I say speak and learn, I can just hit on this. And my name are Kasturi Moitra, and I am here to giving demo of Lanquill platform. So I can stop the recording and check it, and then maybe submit and analyze, and the rest of the things would remain the same. As you can see, again, the mistakes are highlighted, and we have the option to download, to check the document quality, everything we can check. Now, the other option that we have here is to write something on the editor. So you can just click on the new document option and then maybe write something that you need to analyze. So as I kept on writing, the errors also got highlighted. So right now in this one particular sentence, because there are so many mistakes, the quality of the document is 0%. So that this is basically how the writing module works. But apart from this, one more unique feature that Lanquill has here is the My Dictionary option. So sometimes coming from different departments or different backgrounds, a student uses words which are very domain specific, or which are very centered in their particular field of study. So in those cases, these words get highlighted as mistakes when they are used for the first time. So to help a student with that, they have the option to add such domain specific words to their individualized dictionary, so that when these words are used in a document in future, they do not get highlighted as errors. Or maybe with names and with proper nouns also, the same can as well happen. So this was more about all these four the main skills that we generally use during for an effective communication. Apart from this, like I said, that grammar and vocabulary is inherently important for any language learning process. So for that also, a student has the option to go and practice as much as possible grammar questions that are there in Lanquill, and he can enhance his grammar skills. And similarly, at the end of answering all the 10 questions, he would be provided with the correct answers, and in case if he has answered correctly, then they would be marked as correct. In a very similar pattern, the vocabulary builder also works, and Here also a student can practice as many times as he wants to enhance his word strength or vocabulary strength. Now, having said that, all these modules are very adaptive in nature. So once a student starts, they will be given questions from all different levels, that is starting from the basic level going up to the proficient level. It all depends on how well they are engaging themselves. In case they are doing really well in the basic level, they would be automatically given questions from the higher levels to check their potential or competence in each of the levels of language learning. So this was more about all these skills. Now coming to the next segment of this platform is the certification, which is really important for an effective learning process. Now, certification adds value because here Lanquill will provide a certificate that will be co-branded by the institute as well. And the certification is mostly from starting from the elementary level, that is the very basic level, going up to the proficient level, that is till level 7. So we have certifications from level 1 till level 7, and in the certification all the 6 modules are tested, that is grammar, vocabulary and LSRW, the listening, speaking, reading and writing. So to start with, the very basic level might appear to be a little easy, or it could be actually very easy for students who are right now in colleges, but then having said that, as they progress and as they move up higher the levels, the complexity of the questions for each of these modules would increase and they would become a little more trickier, and the pattern will also change. So that is the reason at Lanquill we always emphasize that a student takes the certification right from level 1, because we have faced questions like that: why, I know I can do really well, then why can't I take certification to starting from level 3 or level 4? But we at Lanquill believe that it is important that we take certification from level 1, so that so that they challenge themselves at every step and they enhances their learning abilities. So I can show you how the certification works. So if a student feels that he is very confident and he can go and take certification, he can directly go and start the certification. Once he starts the certification and he quits in between, then he has to come back and start it all over again. So here it is better that they are confident before they start the certification and complete it at the one go. So, and also it is important to know that all the modules in certification, in each level of certification, has to be passed, or they need to qualify to move on to the next level. If they are defaulted in any one module also, then they would have to retake the same level of certification. So this is how the certification looks like. They need to start, and each module is again time bound. They need to answer a certain number of questions for each module in a limited time frame and finish all the 6 modules before they move on to the next level of certification. So
in fact, Kasturi, here
yes.
It is not only the questions. In fact, platform will ask the students to write. It
Yes.
will ask them to speak. It will ask them to listen. It will check the grammar abilities, vocabulary abilities, and then finally, if they clear the test, then
Yes.
they can download the certificate online.
Yes. Yes, that's what I said. Thank you for making it a little more simple. So that all the 6 modules will be tested, and only when they pass all the modules in one particular level of certification, they can go up to the next level. Yeah. So, and also there is an option wherein a student, if he feels that he is not very confident of taking certification and he need to improve himself or improvise a little more on any of these modules, then he can practice them as many times as he wants before he finally goes and take the certification. So suppose I believe that I am not good at grammar, then I can keep on practicing grammar from this particular option before I think that I can go and finally take this level of grammar test. Also, the same goes with all the other 5 modules, that is vocabulary, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Also, there is one more thing that sometimes students feel a little nervous or baffled to know that, okay, there is a grammar question. So, which all grammar topics should I be a little knowledgeable about before I finally go and take the certification? So, to help them out with that, here Lanquill provides an overview of the topics that a student might need to know or have a certain knowledge on before they go and take one particular level of certification. So, like I said, that for level 1 certification, a student should have a fair knowledge of parts of speech, nouns, pronouns, adjectives. So, in case he feels that no, I don't know what adjectives are, or I don't know what pronouns are, so he can as well go learn a little bit about this, come back, and then finally take this level 1 certification, because this is a learning platform, and we always emphasize that learning helps in the long run. So there is a scope for learning at any given point of time. Having said that, I would like to show you the My Library section also, which is the learning platform. So this is a personalized learning platform. Now, why I say personalized is because this is not the same for every user. Based on how well you are doing on this platform, based on your performance here, the the learning, like for me it says that I need to improve on this topics, but maybe for some other user it won't be the same, because his learning graph is different, the way he performs it is different. So this is why we say that this is a personalized learning platform. In this My Library section, a student will have access to an array of topics based on grammar in the first 2 sections, that is the foundation section and the intermediate. And once they become a pro at it, once they master this really well, they can move on to the advanced level, where they will have access to a lot of other topics, starting from how to improve their reading skills, writing skills, maybe in developing soft skills within them. So these will really help them in the overall development in their English language skills. And now, coming back, if a person feels that no, I need to emphasize a little more on articles and need to know, so here they have access to a detailed explanation on what this particular topic is all about, along with examples. And then to check how well they have understood, they can also go and take an individual assessment based on only this topic, and find and get an idea of how well they have understood this. Now, also, if they are not free, they don't have time to read this entire thing or feel lazy to read it, they can also listen to it. We have voiceovers for almost all the topics, and they can listen to it. The entire explanation will be read out to them, and that way also they can learn. Now, before I wind up, the last thing that I would like to mention here is that there is these certifications, and there is so much content in Lanquill. So if you might be having a question that are these all random, or they are mapped to a certain through certain parameters. So to answer that question, it is important to know that whatever we have in Lanquill, they are very well mapped to the CEFR standard. Now, when I say CEFR is the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, and it is considered as the international standard of English language learning. So all the 7 levels of certification, whatever Lanquill provides, they are very well mapped to each level of CEFR, that is the A1, A2, B1, B2, and the C1, C2 level of CEFR. And to help you with the understanding of how well they are mapped, this table has been provided, wherein you can go through and see how the Lanquill certifications are mapped to each level of the CEFR standards. So yeah, the last thing before this is the offline grammar analysis, which is like if a student has a lot of documents to upload, they want to get and a few documents uploaded and analyzed at the same time, they have the option to do so, wherein they can upload their documents and get them analyzed, and finally get the reports from here. So this is basically to help students with the offline analysis for their easy learning process. And in case the faculty or the members want to have access to how well their students are engaging themselves in Lanquill platform, they also will be provided with the admin access wherein they can gauge the engagement of their students on this platform. So overall, it is this platform provides a wholesome experience of language learning, and it is really beneficial for students or users in the long run for their employability or for their higher education, whatever they choose to achieve in life. That was from my end, Satish. I think we can take questions if they have any.
Yeah. So can you see my screen, Kasturi?
1 minute.
You may have to.
No, I have stopped sharing. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, I would like to reinforce the various various features which already Kasturi Moitra has mentioned. So first of all, with the help of email ID and login, I can access, being a student of Gurukul Kangri University, I can access the Lanquill platform remotely, unlimited access for entire year. Being a student, this is my dashboard, and I can practice LSRW skills. In writing, we have already seen that the students can write, upload thesis reports and download as well. That is extra feature. They can take grammar quizzes, they can take vocabulary builder, they can test their levels, and then they can go to my learning center. They can go to my library, and Kasturi has already shown various content, foundation level, intermediate level, and advanced level, and then they can go for get certification. Students can avail 7 levels of certifications. So apart from that, as Kasturi already mentioned, the vice chancellor sir or dean sir, English HOD. So based on the roles, they can monitor. They can have a concurrent monitoring system of the engagement of the students on Lanquill platform. So apart from that, if any university or any college wants to upload their own content, so if at all they want, we have sufficient content. So when I say content, I mean grammar quizzes or scripts, etc. So those things, the university can do. So today we have technical faculty from technical department with us. So I would like to show a very interesting thing. So here under one university, you can see at least 300 colleges, and how much this is about. This is about 2.5 lakh students. They are learning on Lanquill platform. So this is basically a live data which I am in fact showing it to you. So here Kasturi was mentioning that it is a bit easy to clear level 1 and level 2. It is not so, because I can see a lot of failures. This is a live data, in fact, which is actually happening. We have about 6.5 lakh users. So out of that, at least 3.5 lakhs are active users. So you can also see that the institutes are uploading the document as well. The students are availing certification, and even the librarians or faculty, they are uploading and downloading various documents as well. So now we would like to take some questions, sir. So any questions are there? So we would like to answer, sir.